Conversation Hat Podcast.
Hello, everyone listening. Welcome back to the Conversation Hat Podcast. I hope this is where you're supposed to be, and if it isn't, you should stay here anyway.
Taking a wrong turn into the bad side of the internet.
But you should stay here and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
This is a podcast where me, Ben, and him, Liam.
Hello.
Say hello, Liam.
Hello, Liam.
There you go.
There I am.
We pull random questions sent in to us out of a hat, and we talk about them for a while. Normally with a guest.
Normally.
We do have a guest today.
Mm-hmm.
It made it sound like we didn't have a guest, but we do.
No. If you want to hear this without a guest, you should listen to the B Show.
Stop plugging things before we've started the show.
This is not the B Show.
Our guest today is one Mr. Rich Wilson. How
Hello,
are you doing?
I'm good. It's nice to be here. I was worried then when you were talking about no guest. I was like, oh, okay.
I've died. This is what it's like. I have to be a guest on other people's podcasts now that I'm
It's going to
dead.
haunt people's sheds.
Yes.
So, Rich, you are stand-up comedian and fellow podcaster, much more successful podcaster than us, I dare say.
I don't know
Somewhat.
yet. I don't know.
Rung or two above, maybe.
I don't know. I can't take all the credit for mine. I have a team. Yeah,
Ooh.
people that I turn up and talk to the people, and then I have other people that go and make it into what it is.
So Rich has several Lauras.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
You got a Laura.
We got a Laura.
Laura's our editor.
Yeah, right. I have a Paul Daniels. Yeah, and I have a Jade Adams.
Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
and an Angelo as
Hi,
well.
Paul, Jade and Angelo.
There you go. Those are my peeps.
We first encountered your comedy, Rich. We were just talking about this. It was like actually 2 years ago. And that
It's
2
been
years has gone so
2
quickly.
years already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Commoners Comedy, run
Good
by
Lord.
Ali Warwood.
That's right.
Previous guest, good friend Ali Warwood.
She's great. Yeah.
She's
Because
cracker.
we were talking, we were like, we've been meaning to get Rich on for ages.
Yeah.
I'm sure I spoke to him on Facebook. I'll go and send him a message. Oh yeah, he said he was going travelling, and I looked at the date on the thing. I was like, 2017. Yeah, he's probably back by now.
yeah. I've been and gone. I've been and back again. Yeah.
I just got back like 10 minutes ago. Well timed.
This is amazing. Well done, guys. Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm always up for anything. So, yeah, when you guys got in
man.
touch again, I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then when you explained the concept, I was like, absolutely. Let's do
Zero
it.
preparation. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your podcast, Insane in the Men Brain?
Yes, it's the jumping off point is men's mental health.
Yeah.
And it's just about having the conversations that we're all supposed to be having, which we are all having now, which is a good thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, everyone's finding it a little bit more easier
Yeah.
to talk. There's still a long way to go, but we're still doing it. But the podcast is more. It's listening to people having two guys having a conversation.
Yeah.
And whatever we talk about is whatever we talk about,
Yeah.
and people will take from it what they will. But as I say, the jumping off point is men's mental health, and so all the weird, like we were just saying, like the weird and wonderful thoughts that you have, and you think, shit, that's weird.
Yeah.
I think I'm weird.
Yeah.
Turns out you're not.
Yeah.
You know, we all, like the example I gave, which is probably a bad one, but someone gives you a baby, and your first thought is go, oh, I want to punt this over the garden shed. And then your brain goes, no, what are you fucking doing? Why are you thinking that? And you go,
Probably
yeah, I know,
don't. Yeah.
yeah. But everybody has those thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to get across.
Yeah, the only way to realise that those thoughts are... I mean, they are intrusive and they're not great thoughts to have,
No.
but it is perfectly normal, and that is just... I think
Yeah.
it's just the brain's way of saying, don't do this.
Exactly.
But the only way to realise that they're not that they're not real, but they're normal.
Yes.
They don't have to be a problem. The only way is to have that conversation openly.
Absolutely.
So hats off to you for doing that.
Nice
Yeah.
one. The only problem
yeah.
is if you have those thoughts and then you do what you thought.
If you act on
That's
them,
a whole
yeah.
That's a different conversation.
That is,
That's
it's a
baby
whole
punting.
different. That's a different podcast. That
no
we're
one wants
not-
to get into baby punting.
That's a police interview, little podcast.
to go to some bad places. I can't recommend a podcast based on that subject off the top of my head, but I'm sure there will be one. There is much worse
Therapy.
podcasts than
I'm
this on
sure
the
Therapy tapes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm sure
therapy.
Detective Constable.
DCI Snatch.
Yeah.
DCI Snatch.
DCI Snatch.
Okay.
So that's what it's about, and it's going very well. Thank you.
Yeah. I especially enjoyed your conversation with Rob Beckett. That was one of the more, at time of recording, one of the more recent episodes.
Yes,
that was
a lot of people have messaged me about that one. I think because of he's a well-known face, and to hear him talking so honestly. It's things like that. It's seeing people that you think have got everything, and they're just everybody's the same. Prince Harry now is doing a thing with Oprah Winfrey about men's mental health. And,
cool.
And even someone like him, and you look at his life. I mean, he might be a prince, but he's gone through some some ridiculous stuff. Yeah. So he must lie on his bed sometimes and think about punting a baby over the shed.
But he could do it, and we'd never
he
know.
could get away with
cover it up.
He'd get someone else to take the blame.
Royal privilege.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Weirdly, the thing that I took away from the Rob Beckett episode, because not having had, to the best of my knowledge, a history of any mental health issues, just generally being a guy that occasionally wants to punt babies over walls and stuff. The thing that I took away from it was your conversation about not wanting to listen to sad music.
Oh, yes.
And we chatted on Twitter about this.
Yes, that's right.
Because this is something that I've very firmly believed as a musician. Like a practicing professional musician, I don't want to write sad music.
No.
Because why would I want to wallow in that shitty thing that makes me feel bad?
Exactly.
But then I'm always told that, like, well, no, you're just not experiencing the whole broad range of human emotions. Yeah, I don't want to experience half of them. Yeah. It's bullshit.
Sadness is never far away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'd
100%.
rather not go looking for it.
I could open up like my tax returns and feel sad if I want to. Like I don't need music to make me feel that way.
Sometimes there's music that's quite melancholy.
Yeah.
And it might catch me off guard, but I don't actively seek it out because I don't. It'll stay with me for the rest of the afternoon.
Pull a question out the hat and then say what it says. That's the whole point of this podcast.
Kids shows you thought you made up.
Cool.
Okay.
So this. For context,
I need some of that.
Okay, so there's like, are you familiar with creepypastas? Creepypastas. Fucked it up immediately, didn't I? Creepypastas.
Creepypasta. That's like the stories of like the weird online stories. About creepy stuff that hasn't actually.
Yeah, totally. So
Slender Man.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
The fact that one of the ones that is always, because I'm a Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
In Lavender Town, in the original Pokemon game, when it was brought over to the West, they had to change the pitch of the music because in Japan, when it was first released, the music of the town where the ghosts are were causing people to kill themselves.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that was an urban legend.
That's a creepy... So they're like internet urban legends.
Yes.
And they're sort of cultivated on forums, so sometimes someone might just post an idea and then someone adds to that, and then it becomes its own work of fiction.
And then it goes off into
the
world.
Real world. So creepypasta comes from copy-paste on a computer.
Right, okay.
And the idea of like kind of Chinese whispering, you copy something, you change it a little bit, you paste it elsewhere, stories happen. So that's where the Slender Man came from, started on 4chan, I think. People loved it there, turned into a YouTube series called Marble Hornets. Why do I know this? Marble Hornets then got really, really big, and then that turned into the Slender Man movie, which came out recently, which is like, as far as I know, the only example of it going 4chan actual Hollywood cinema, which is pretty
I mean,
cool
there were some horrible things happening along the way.
Oh, totally. Yeah, people went nuts with it. Like there were stabbings
people killed people, Liam.
Yeah. They actually didn't kill them. They very nearly killed them. So this is one of those things where, like, good and bad of the internet, you've got this kind of creativity in creating a horror idea, and that's kind of
Slender Man is excellent.
It's such a fucking cool idea in just how horrendously scary it is. But then, you get the bad. But I think you get the bad side with any kind of work of fiction
Down the ages, there's been people that have. Well, it was, playing your records backwards.
Totally.
So you can hear the devil. So it's always been.
Yeah, exactly. There's always going to be like an undercurrent of. How can we use
people
this
are always
to kill
going to do horrible
people,
things and say that it's
and misinterpret
exactly.
Maybe that people just have their own issues and they just put the Slender Man on it as a justification or
it's because human beings are nuts.
Yeah, we properly are.
They went the whole hog and they kicked the baby over the shed.
Yes,
that's what they did.
Did what they shouldn't have done.
It's the new jump the shark. They kicked the baby over the shed with that.
children's shows you thought you made up. So one of these creepypastas was, we've definitely spoken about this before, called Candle Cove, and the story was basically this woman talking about, it's an audio story, it's really good, it's on YouTube. It's a woman talking about this TV show she used to like, and then she goes back. This is me ruining the end of Candle Cove, by the way, if you want to skip ahead. The woman goes back to talk to her parents and say, hey, I'm trying to find anything about this TV series. Do you remember what it was? And the mother's just like, oh yeah, well, what it was that at 6 o'clock every night you'd sit in front of TV static.
Okay.
But she remembers it as like a kid's show.
Ah, right.
But she was just like a scary child doing scary child things, sitting in front of static and thinking it was a TV
Thinking it
show.
was a TV show.
Or seeing messages in the fuzz or whatever.
I suppose you would see bits of program.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
sort of
so.
flickering behind.
Yeah.
And then like the human eye quite likes to make faces where there aren't faces.
Yes.
But I don't think I've
So
ever constructed a full TV show out of a fuzzy TV.
Well, there's things like...
I used to sit and watch the washing go round in the washing machine.
Not much to do in Royston, is there?
No, there's nothing to do in Royston. But no, because it was the one with like the proper... It wasn't just a flat bit. The window went in, so you could sort of pop your head in and watch all the washing go round.
Right, fair enough. The 3D immersive virtual reality experience.
Yeah, washing. Yeah.
So
your question is asking
just
us...
all of them
have
things.
we made anything up?
Or is there anything that, like...
something? This is a good, solid first question, Liam. I've got to give it to you.
Fuck you.
What have you made up that has inspired this question?
There's ones that I thought I made up, like Ivor the Engine was so very boring I thought I must have made that up.
Ivor the Engine is very real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
real.
realise that now. I just, like several years ago, I was just like, pretty sure I made that up.
So bad.
Nothing really happened.
It
was
didn't.
Just a train that always went left to right, and it was
Festiniog.
lovely in Welsh, and that was about it. Nothing actually happened.
No. Back and forth.
What was that one where the chap walks into a dressing room?
Mr. Ben.
Mr. Ben.
Ben. Yeah, I thought I made Mr. Ben up.
Wow.
And yeah, just because like you know when you have an image of a TV show, but it's slightly off because you misremember it. So you try to Google that thing. And it's like, no, that never happened. There was never an elderly Jamaican gentleman that dressed up and went into the
in a different world.
The wardrobe.
Well, what was amazing with Mr. Ben, if it was now, I mean, he'd get fined every time he took out an outfit.
Yes.
Because the guy had to go and get him every time.
Yeah.
And if I imagine this shopkeeper appeared, you got my stuff. You stop mucking about.
It's like Brum. The bloke who owns Brum has got a load of stolen goods. Because Brum would always go on his little adventures and come back with something in the back of it.
And he'd go,
what's this? Put it on the shelf of mysterious car objects.
It's like an Oliver Twist Fagin situation, isn't it?
Oh yeah, just sending the... Maybe you knew about
Send
it.
the little...
Yeah.
But then
there he goes.
mixture.
It wasn't me, it was the car. Yes, sir, come on. Conversation hat.
Conversation hat.
Conversation hat. Podcast.
Conversation hat.
Conversation hat.
Hat podcast. Hat. Conversation hat. Podcast.
Which is the superior bean? And that's not being.
Bean.
We're not into like
Actual beans.
actual beans.
A superior bean.
Superior Bean.
Superior bean.
Sean
Sean Bean.
Bean. King of the Beans.
You know the
He's
reason.
king of the beans, but he never lasts a whole episode, does he?
Do you know
No,
the
it is
reason
not.
why he dies so often in
Why
his
is that?
movies? Because his name should rhyme, but it doesn't, and the universe is trying to correct it.
Sean Bourne.
Scene bean.
It should be Scene Bean.
Or Sean Bourne.
Or Sean Bourne.
Born Superacy with Sean Bourne.
Did you? There was Sean Bean was having a drink out with some mates, and there was a fight or something happened, and Sean Bean helped him kick this bloke out. Got stabbed in the process,
Right.
and while waiting for the ambulance, he went up to the bar and just got another drink. So I now believe that because he dies so often in his films,
He
Yeah.
himself is
he's
immune.
like every time
Yeah.
he dies, he gets an extra life.
Yeah.
Is this flicker? And then he's
Yeah.
fine.
He's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Sean Bean. So this is the king of the beans.
King of the beans. I reckon he's the superior bean. But do go on.
I mean, just like you've won it there.
I didn't have that in the bag when I wrote that question. By the way,
Kind of gone. Yeah, you've gone top end.
You've sort of ruined it.
Yeah, sorry about
Because
that.
I'm thinking, I was like, oh, Heinz, obviously. Baked beans.
Yeah, baked beans.
Yeah,
Have you ever
I
had
don't like
baked beans?
You don't like baked beans?
Nah.
I don't like them. I like beans on toast with a bit of cheese, but
Yeah.
I don't like them like with a fry up and like because I find
Okay.
they dominate.
Yes,
Yeah, you
they do
don't-
swarm a
if
little
you've
bit.
got, like-
Yeah, they swarm. Yes,
Yeah.
A bit of toast or a hash brown, and then you just
Yeah,
gone.
I
Oh,
don't
now
want that.
now it's all dribbly.
exactly. And I can't stand it when you bean juice touches your egg.
Yeah,
Can't have that, man.
my
bean
thing.
juice and
don't know why, but
Sexual.
Bean juice
just
and
that
egg.
sentence.
bean
was,
juice and eggs.
Oh.
My thing with beans is that I don't like it getting involved with other things that are essentially liquid. So if you've got the middle bit of the egg that's runny, I don't like them combining. That freaks me out. I also wouldn't have cheese on beans because then it sort of the cheese melts and it congeals into this
Oh, that's
weird
what, it's
bean.
nice. Yeah.
I
bit of brown
Disagree
sauce as
with
well.
you categorically. Nah, I'm a bit weird with food. I don't like combining liquid things
No.
as a solid meal.
Cheesy beans is fun, isn't it? You're right, mate. I've got cheesy beans.
cheesy
You might
beans.
go to doctors for that.
Ugh. Oh, that's
Have started to congeal.
Yeah.
so many images in my head.
Bloom of beans, it just came out as a balloon.
There's there was I think it was either Tesco's or Summerfield or somewhere used to do baked bean pizza.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that rings a
My
bell.
sister always used to eat them, and I didn't like beans at the time.
No.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be doing it.
Not a
Now
fan.
I will happily get like a 4 cheese Goodfellas.
Mm.
Not a sponsor, but seriously, if you want to, I'll.
In fact, any brand that's mentioned, if you want to chuck us a fiver to say more about your stuff, we will.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Like my food guilt is getting one of those, and I like eat the cheese off of it,
Right.
eat the cheese and the sauce off it, and then dip it like in soup or
Okay,
in beans,
soup.
and then so it's like dipping bread in soup, but it's
Yeah.
pizza first.
But you got to
What?
presumably cooked, you got to eat the cheese off and then dip it in like a corn on the cob, and then you dip the cob.
Yes, like that.
I
Yeah.
appear to have lost you with
No,
your
it
own
took me a
idea.
minute to work out what the fuck you were saying.
Yeah.
You said
So-
you take the
But yeah, you
cheese
sort
off
of like
it.
you sort of have like you pull it off with your top teeth, and you eat
Right.
that bit of cheese,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then you dip it in.
Got it.
And then you do the next bit.
Okay. What
Okay.
soup are we talking?
I mean, cream and mushroom's my favourite.
Wow.
Just as a basic soup.
Okay. I like a chicken myself.
Oh
know-
yeah, chicken's good.
Yeah.
You could get chicken and mushroom.
Yeah, you can.
You ever
What a
tried you ever tried to cream a mushroom? It's not sustainable.
It's painful.
Takes more work to do
I
than
don't
you
call it.
get.
I don't call it that. But what are you doing? I'm indoors creaming my mushroom.
Creaming my
This
mushroom.
is just. This is just euphemisms now.
I mean, it will descend into knob jokes around the half-hour
You
mark, so we're
can't
right on
help it.
schedule.
You can't help it. There's nothing funnier than toilet humour.
So we've got Sean, we've got Heinz with cheese. Are you
And
going for a
I'm
dipped
going
bean?
I'm going with pizza. Pizza dipped in
Pizza
soup.
beans.
Pizza dipped in soup. That's my superior bean. No, I like
Pretty good.
What are the ones that are in chilies?
Kidney?
Kidney beans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kidney
They're
beans.
good.
A well-cooked kidney bean.
Yeah, man.
Because
Really makes a
sometimes you
chili.
get curries that have got too many in.
Yes.
Kidney beans and curries?
Chilies.
Chilies. Right,
yeah.
gotcha.
And things like that. There's too many, and that's bad. Or if they're
Yeah.
not cooked enough. I like it when you get one and you can just mush it with your tongue.
Again,
it all
it's
goes-
about,
Yeah, that's a
it's
good
about
one.
the beans dominating, innit?
Yeah.
You want beans, but you want them like
So I would
in
say
their place.
the superior
Yes.
bean is the subtle bean.
A bean that knows its place.
A bean
Absolutely.
that
One that's got
surprises
yeah.
you.
One that will work with others. A team player. That's what you want. A
player.
team bean.
Team
Communal,
bean.
communal bean. Team
Now
bean.
just bean just sounds dirty, so a team bean.
So when you wrote the question, you didn't have Sean Bean in.
No, I was just like, oh, this will be controversial.
What's a quality bean?
Did
a
you
quality
think it
bean.
would turn into creaming mushrooms?
No, I genuinely was just going to be like, kidney, done, kidney.
Okay.
That's how I thought it would
nice
go.
short section.
Short one. Wasn't expecting
It
that.
never happens that way, does it?
Not with dipping pizza into beans, it doesn't.
Dipping pizza
What a-
into soup.
What a world we
Pizza
live
and
in.
soup.
I mean,
good.
I have a cheese sandwich with mine. Cheese sandwich. Cheese and ham
Oh,
sometimes.
I
with a bowl of
always-
soup.
I always used to disagree with Americans' grilled cheese because you fry it,
Fried cheese,
so
yeah.
it would be a fried cheese.
Yeah.
I made some a few years ago, and I tell you that dipped in cream and mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Glorious.
You'd leave your wife for it. It's amazing.
Do I have to get married before I eat one?
I mean,
I would if you for the full
for
experience.
the full effect,
Sure,
yeah. Because
yeah.
you'd
'Cause
never
otherwise
get
you
married
wouldn't.
after you have one.
No.
Yeah, true. If you're going to do it properly.
And you
Absolutely.
can,
Get
and
married.
Yeah.
you can only make like 2 of them at once, because if you go to the third one, because you can only make them in one at a time in the frying pan.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you've got to put them on a plate.
Yeah,
So then you make the
right,
next one, put it on a plate. By the time you made the third one, the first one starting to solidify. So you've got to
yeah.
really plan out this meal so
Could you not
enjoy
eat
it.
the first one whilst
Well, yeah, you
preparing the third
you've
one?
got to. But if you're dipping it in soup, what are you going to do? Already have the soup?
Kill myself, I guess.
But then the soup's getting cold by the time you've
Oh, this is a nightmare.
2 sandwiches and the soup, Liam.
And then you've got to leave your wife afterwards.
Then you've
Oh,
got to
it's
leave
so
your wife.
complicated.
You've got a lot of paperwork to be getting on with.
This is,
Don't dick about.
There's a lot of
mate,
admin suddenly.
I've got
Yeah.
a fortnight off for Easter. I was rather hoping to sleep a bit more, but apparently I've got to get married. Got to fucking... I don't even know what's involved with eloping. It's probably a lot of paperwork. Commuting, probably.
I thought elope was a.
Elope was together, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you're
I need
just
to find the wife.
you got to find
Vegas
a wife,
it
get
is.
married, and then go.
Yeah, all right.
Vegas, where the wives are made.
yeah. I'm going to wife land.
Surely it's bride land. And then you got to go to wife land together.
So you
I've
Shut up,
I've
Liam.
complicated it, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Because they ain't brides yet. No, they're not wives yet.
So they're not wives, but they're
They become brides.
So it's the bride
and they're
land.
people. They're not just wives. They're people.
Just wives. They're not just wives. They're objects. These are all Liam's views, and I'm disgusted.
I'm disgusted. Yes.
You prick.
Also, my girlfriend's editing, so I reckon I'll be fine.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Liam's leaving.
And you're your own person, Laura.
Yeah.
You
should
don't have to marry him.
shout at No, he's leaving you, Laura, to
leaving-
marry someone else
yeah,
just
don't-
to have soup.
Don't get.
But
don't
does
get
that
innocent.
mean after you leave your not Laura wife because of the cheese,
Laura 2. We'll call her Laura 2.
go back to
for
Laura.
simplicity.
you can just go back to Laura? Because you wouldn't have cheated on her. You would have just married someone just to get rid of them, to have a cheese sandwich,
To have the full experience.
to have the experience, and then you can tell
And then you
Laura
come.
about
Yeah,
it.
and then Laura. How was it? Do you know what? He was right.
And then Laura can go and get married to your ex-wife, enjoy the cheese experience all over again. So
See, now I'm
it's,
uncomfortable.
it's an experience that you can have as a couple separately with a friend.
So, what? So you can go and get married to someone else and leave her and then come back, but Laura's not allowed.
Look, I admit
Unbelievable.
it's a double standard. I
This
admit
is
it.
the patriarchy in full effect.
This is exactly what the feminists are fighting against.
Absolutely.
Specifically,
And what
Just
sort,
Liam.
what sort of wages is Laura on? Are they lower than yours?
slightly higher, actually.
Slightly higher. All right. You've clawed it back.
So that makes it okay.
Okay.
As long as the...
Your bigamy is now excused.
Because you're paying decent wage. Well done.
bass. We forgot the bass. Bass. Someone get the bass. Yeah, no, that's fine. You just got to tune it now. We'll get a different jack lead then. Come on. Bass. We didn't tune the bass. Bass. We didn't tune the bass. Bass.
The Conversation Hat Podcast.
Invent your dream car.
Wow. Are you into your cars, you guys?
Probably driven by someone else.
I was thinking the same kind of thing, like something self-driving that I don't really have to...
Well, that's on the way, isn't it? With
Yeah.
Uber investing millions and millions of pounds into dollars into driverless cars.
Yeah. The weird thing about living in Cambridge, like... The two things about living in Cambridge is you can't afford to live in Cambridge. Thing two about living in Cambridge is that you're probably going to be a cyclist if you actually live in the centre.
Yeah.
There's not really any need for me to learn to drive.
Iron Man suit.
Iron Man suit.
That'll
Yeah,
be
you
your
have my
dream-
attention.
Your dream vehicle.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's compact.
Does it mean your heart has to not work?
No, because that was all sorted by the end of Iron Man 3.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's only half.
He's now got it. I think as of Infinity War, he has like nano thingies in
Oh yeah,
his
didn't he?
skin or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's still got
still
the
got something.
glowy thing,
Yeah.
but that powers the suit that's just like
Bluetooth
in
it?
his skin or something.
His Bluetooth
Right.
suit.
His Bluetooth heart controlled by the Bluetooth suit
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be good because if you think
It's a blue light in it. Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Sounds like
that's
a
the
really
dots I
shit
connected.
superhero.
Bluetooth.
Oh, I've got his signal. Oh,
Or Bluetooth
I'm
woman.
going to have to walk.
I'll meet you there, Hulk. You just jump up.
No,
I'll be
the
right there.
system's down again.
Just get on my bike and here we go.
No, you see that cars, they just get you where you're going.
That
They
yeah.
protect you from getting hit by other things. Because
By other
I was
cars.
thinking, I don't need a big one.
Right.
Don't need a big car
Yeah.
because it's just getting me places.
Sure.
Otherwise, we
really-
could get a taxi.
I really like cars. I'm
you?
into old classic cars.
Sure.
And so, yeah, the dream is to have my normal car that I've got out there, and then and then a nice one to pose around
Enjoy.
in, just to
Just to
enjoy
be
it.
around.
I love the sound.
Photo
of them.
shoots and yeah.
just to look fucking great on Instagram.
1956 DeSoto Firefly Sportsman.
Oh yeah.
How have you
nice.
memorised that?
Well, I thought I just made it up when I was a child.
A DeSoto.
That,
was-
I believe, is the car that Spike drives in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's why you know
And it's a
that.
very pretty car.
There you go. You see.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were also the one. DeSoto were the ones that when Groucho Marx was a game show host
Oh yeah.
back in the late 50s. They were sponsored by DeSoto. So at
Okay.
the beginning of the show, it was always the advert.
So proper classic.
Yes, very nice, unusual looking cars.
Sure.
Yeah, love that shit.
So there you go. That's
There you go.
the one car I know about.
And now, and Jade Adams, my missus, she loves Buffy so much.
Oh, yeah.
she'd be well impressed with that. She just watches. Now there's a thing where there's a guy on YouTube. He breaks down every episode.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't remember what he's called. But he's got a great voice. Sounds a bit like Seth MacFarlane.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And so last night she was in bed watching it. She said, "You have to watch one of these." I went, "I don't have to watch it. I'm listening to it."
I am a massive Buffy fan.
Yeah? What's your favourite episode?
Oh.
This is for Jade Adams. This is not even for me.
I mean,
This
a
is
lot
for Jade
of
Adams.
people would say Once More with Feeling, which is the musical episode.
You've got yes.
Tabula Rasa is quite fun, where they all forget who they are,
Okay.
and Spike believes that his name is Randy Giles. Hush is an amazing episode
gonna
because
say
there's
Hush.
almost no speaking,
Okay.
so it's all music.
That's right.
The Body is really good because that's the episode after Buffy's mum dies.
Okay.
And there's no like punchy fighty action. It's just a really real episode. There's no music in that. Like the cutaways are really interesting. It's a very almost boring episode, and it deals with just how like there's nothing weird happens. She doesn't die supernaturally, and Buffy can't do anything. So there's
No,
all these like
just a real-
superpowered people that can't do
Yep.
anything, and the helplessness that is there.
Right.
There's a bit where Anya, who used to be a demon, she's like over
Yes.
1,000 years old, and she has this little like monologue bit where she starts crying because she's never had to deal with anyone she really knows dying unless she killed them because she doesn't care. And she's saying how she just doesn't understand why Joyce can't just get back in her body. Like she was
see.
fine.
Right, yes.
She and when she found out her partner was crying and she was eating eggs, and she was like, Joyce will never have eggs or brush her hair or do anything like this, and she just doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
And that is a really, really good episode,
Okay.
I think, because it's just so
Yeah.
different and, as I say, sort of boring.
Okay.
With that,
Just a more
shows-
real. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this has to stay in because Jade Adams is a
Like-
huge Buffy fan, and she'll be really annoyed that I'm talking about it and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I zoned out for all of that
I'm not surprised.
because I thought
You're not a Buffy fan.
to be
My
honest,
nickname is Spike because
Yeah.
of that.
Ah.
I once dyed one of the first times I dyed my hair. It was green, and then I used to gel it and spike it up.
Yes.
And then as it got longer, I just sort of like run my hair through it,
Yeah.
my hands through it, so it would get slowly slicked back. I went swimming, and then it went white blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So the nickname Spike
There
came
you
from
go.
that.
I zoned out because I thought we should extend an invite to Jade. You can talk about Buffy. oh no, it'll be this, except you'll both be talking about Buffy, and I'll just be here like
Oh yeah, you won't get a word in.
creaming my mushroom or whatever.
That will have to be a special Buffy episode. You'll have to do your homework.
I'll just be here like, I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. That means that I get to sit and watch every episode with Buffy with Liam.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hit you and tell you to shut up because no speaking.
I said to Jade, because Jade does it every year. She watches the series, every episode.
Yeah.
Once a year, she'll watch the entire thing. And I said to her this year, I said, I'm going to watch it with you. As yet, I've not had a chance because she's gone, oh yeah, we should do that. And then she's just got in her head to watch it. So now she's just watching it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do it next year.
Yeah, I would say that I watch it at least once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting bit of information, which you may or may not know.
Go on.
Mercedes McNabb, who plays Harmony, is the longest running character in Buffy and Angel.
Yeah?
Because she was in the pilot of Buffy and she's in the very last episode of Angel.
Oh, wow.
So she canonic or like
She's
she's in
from beginning to
the
end.
very before Buffy started and the very last episode of Angel.
Wow, but not including the film.
Not including the film.
Because
in Buffy series.
Buffy fans don't like talking about the film.
I've watched it once, I think, but not really paying attention.
It wasn't great.
Like, it's just I sort of when I was watching, I was like, I could be watching Buffy.
Actual Buffy.
I could be watching the 7 series and the 5 series of the spin-off.
I'm wasting my
This
time.
inspired. I could just be watching that.
So your favourite dream car
Yes.
Is a DeSoto.
Fireflight
13
Sportsman.
minutes of Buffy.
Yeah.
Apparently. Cool. No, that's fine. That's what the podcast is for.
My dream car is a 1970 Chevrolet Monte Carlo that was driven by Ace Ventura.
Nice. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a battered version, but ones that are fixed up, look sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favourite car.
Nice one.
Yes. There you go.
I'll just have a bike.
In your Iron Man suit that's not connected to Wi-Fi.
I'm going to use
your arm in the air trying to find a signal.
using all my
for
4G.
goodness sake.
The Conversation Hat.
You're auditioning for reality TV. What's your sob story?
Ooh.
Roman Armstrong.
Hi, Roman.
Hi, Roman.
Hi, Roman.
Oh, we like Roman. Roman's been on a couple
What a
of
great
times.
name.
Yeah.
Roman Armstrong.
I caught his stand-up set a couple nights ago. Pretty good.
Yeah, right.
He's the youngest person I know
Oh, okay.
that I don't work with.
Okay.
I should put that in there. Yeah, he's university age. I think he's studying drama in Manchester. Funny dude.
Right,
Have you
okay.
seen the Lego Batman movie?
Yeah, I started to watch it.
So you know Robin out of that?
Yes.
That's Roman.
Yeah,
No way.
that's-
Like,
well, no,
not
no, he's-
literally.
Right,
actually.
I see. Like, what?
No.
yeah, he's a student, but he's also a voice actor.
That's the last thing you mentioned?
He looks and acts
Exactly
like that.
Lego Robin.
Yeah.
He's oh shit. His comedy is very James Acaster.
Okay.
And he kind of looks like a thin line James Acaster. And I know
Right.
James Acaster is kind of skinny already, but he's like, if you just stretch James Acaster upwards, that's
You
what
get
Roman
that.
looks like.
You get that every once in a while when Russell Howard came out. There were a few people that not copy him. They're just very similar.
Yes.
So yeah. So at the moment we're in the middle of a wave of Acasters.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd like to see Roman. That sounds.
He's really funny.
I've
yeah.
probably worked with him, and my
possibly.
old brain is just. I meet so many people, and then I see him in Edinburgh, and then like, how you doing? We saw it, and my brain just goes, I can't remember. Oh God.
I do that. I have 5-minute conversations with people,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, I'll see you later." I'm like, "Yeah, see you later."
Who are
And
you?
they're like, my mate goes, "Who was that?" No fucking clue.
I've been
no idea.
I've been looking for clues in the conversation.
All just bland. Just
Yeah.
oh, so what are you up to nowadays?
That's
Yeah.
trying to.
Right. How's the relationship status?
What I've learned is instead of saying "good to meet you," I say it's nice to see you. And
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
oh, you're covering yourself
Yeah,
a bit
that's
there.
true.
Yeah. So Roman, if I've met you, I'm sorry. If I haven't, I look forward to doing so.
The worst thing about talking to someone is if you get the impression that they know you, but then you start to speak, you think I'm someone else. That's always
Yeah.
the worst. Do you remember the time that we took ecstasy and went doing Parkour. I forgot the word for parkour. Nearly said tarpaulin. That would have been really wrong.
We did
We did
tarpaulin.
tarpaulin.
Did tarpaulin
We
and-
creamed our mushrooms.
Yeah, it's like, no, I am some bugger else, I'm afraid.
Oh.
That always happens to me.
I have mistook someone for. Talking to someone. I was very drunk. And I thought that they were a friend that I went to at school.
Well, that's
at school,
fine then if
and
you're
they
pissed.
so weren't.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't remember that I'd done this until they were serving me in Morrison's about 3 weeks later, and I was like, I can't say I'm sorry. I just hope that you don't realise that it's me. Oh God,
They knew. They 100% knew.
that was very embarrassing.
I can imagine.
Because I was proper drunk. I was like, I was like, oh no, I was that weird wanker in the pub. Oh no.
I did it. There's a band called the Slackers, and I went with Marcus Birdman to see them, and we got very drunk very quickly, and then afterwards we were sort of milling around. This guy would walk past from one of the other support bands, and I hadn't actually seen them, but he looked cool, and I said, "You look really cool, man." He went, "Oh, thanks very much. Did you enjoy the set?" And I went, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then he twigged that I didn't know what I was talking about. He went, "You didn't fucking see it, did you?" And I went, "No."
I literally
And he
mean
just shoved
you
me out of the
look
way.
cool.
I went to the toilet. Oh,
Oh, no.
yeah. I meant well, but it just took a left turn really
In
quickly.
fairness, he made the assumption that, like,
Yeah.
you were talking about on stage you look cool, not just like, that is a mad cardigan and I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
The
assuming he had a
arrogance
cardigan.
of him.
Yeah,
What an
in
arsehole.
fairness, that was a little bit on him.
Yeah. Just assume I know exactly what band you're in and the support group.
If you said you sounded dope, that would be then fair enough to go, oh, he doesn't mean like the timbre of my shoes on the floor.
Yeah.
He means the performance I put on was pretty
I
good.
think that would be the only environment where I would say, use that. That sounds
Yes.
dope.
That sounds dope.
I'm not saying that.
I don't know where I got dope from.
He plucked it out of the ether.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It does work.
It inspired a conversation.
About,
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
What would my sob story be if I was a reality show?
I mean, Ben, you could have, I keep mistaking people for other people.
Why do I get that one? Why don't you have that?
'Cause you
Mine
said
was
it.
going to be I need to be on this because I'm clearly failed at everything else that I have to
This
be
is
on
my
reality
last
TV.
ditch.
This is all I
This
have.
is
Yeah.
it's this. It's this or the river.
I need to stop clapping. That's my instinct when something's really funny. I just single clap. You go, wah, ha.
Yeah, I can't. Like my nan a few years ago was like, "Oh look, Britain's Got Talent" or something. It's coming to Cambridge to try and find people. I was like, I cannot think of anything worse.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like, don't give a people go and do it and they win, cool. But I would like the career that I would want to have. I don't want that to be its peak,
No.
That's
or I
the
don't
thing.
want to like go cool. I've done this, but I don't want to be known as it's the guy from Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, and the chances of that happening are they're far more likely to happen rather than you being a global superstar.
Yeah.
Just by association with that show. So,
Because
then you could go on another one, and that would be your sob story.
yeah.
I'm now just stuck in a loop of
That's
reality shows.
that's what it is. They start to eat themselves, aren't they?
Well, who are you? Well, The Voice told me to do one. Britain's Got Talent said it was a waste of space, so now I'm here.
I was on The
No.
Voice, they turned round, they saw me and turned back.
Kept on turning.
Just, oh no.
Did a complete 360. I don't really have a sob story that. I mean, I trapped my penis in the zip of my jeans when I was 6.
Ooh.
And then had to run to my mum to get her to get it out. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's the bad bit. I think we've all done that. None of us have like
It
sought assistance.
Well, I was 6 and I couldn't work out. I was in such.
Yeah.
I was so.
Yeah.
I panicked so much. I didn't know what to
yeah,
do.
yeah. It's a panic-inducing pain.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm going to be trapped in my jeans forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it hurts. And so I remember running through. We'd been to banger racing, so we're in this stadium thing. I'm running through this. I still remember it to this day. Running through to my mum screaming, and then my dad just whacked it down.
Oh,
Just did it quickly, and
I feel a bit
I guess
faint
that's
now.
like the only way you can...
yeah. So all you can do. It's all you can do. Like in
Band-Aid off.
Is it something about Mary?
How'd
you get to Frank above the beans?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's the superior.
Luckily, it was just.
It's like just the whole nad is sticking through.
Yeah, like a bald man sticking his head through a tent. But it was that. Yeah, it's not really a sob story. I don't know how Simon Cowell would receive that kind of a tale. He might go, "Oh yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah, oh, on you go."
Just the bit like yank it out. They all just go a little bit faint.
Yeah.
Ha! They all hit the buzzer.
I think also,
Yeah. What do you mean do it in front of him?
Yeah.
I don't have a sob story, but I have trapped my
here's
penis in my trousers.
I think almost as
Still
bad
here.
is when you catch a pube in there.
Yeah, that's
Because
really
it
bad.
pulls and you think you've caught the old fella in there,
Yeah.
and there's instant panic. Oh no, it's just a pube.
Just a pube.
It really hurts, but your soul just freezes. Like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I did it now.
Yeah.
Being a 47-year-old man.
River.
There's a lot to
Just
catch.
go to the river.
There's a lot to catch. It's all sagging up. My knob's getting a bit jowly now.
Well, we normally have a quote from our guests for each episode. My knob's getting a bit jowly now.
There you go.
The artwork for the thumbnail is going to just be a baby going over a shed.
What
It
a
actually
time
will
be
be.
alive.
To be fair, it's better than the other way round. Artwork.
With
Lauren,
Nad.
we need you to draw a jowly penis.
Sorry, Lauren.
So sorry. So sorry.
Go on,
So
Liam.
I was just going to get even more disgusting. You ever caught a pube in your foreskin?
Yeah.
That's
I've actually
very
I've
specific.
lassoed my helmet.
No. Ah, you got to trim, dude.
Yeah, well that's it
You've
now.
got to
Everyone's got
avoid
that.
that.
Everyone's like, it's like capability brown down there.
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to stay in the show, but I have. Have you
It'll be my fault if it does. It's fine.
So when you like get your washing out of the washing machine, sometimes it's normally in a sock. There's a load of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived with ladies before,
Yes.
and it's normally like lady hair's just like a little ball of.
Yeah.
I have
I mean, I have
thought that
gentleman
I've
hair.
got a pube under the turtleneck,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, quick, get that out, and it hasn't been. I just sort of like, oh, get that out, and it's just gone on
going.
and
Oh, yeah,
on,
lady hair.
and it's been a full lady head hair, like sort of like a foot and a half long. I'm like, how the?
Just
And
coiled in
it's
there.
terrifying because you don't know if it's ever going to stop.
Like,
It's
like magician's handkerchiefs.
well, it's like if if you get a bit of thread on your t-shirt and you think, oh, I'll just pull that out, and it
Keeps
just
going.
keeps going.
You can
So you're
I'm
wearing
like,
a
I'm
bikini
going to
top.
unravel me fella.
Yeah. See, that there is a mystery. If I get a massive hair in my area, it's probably from me
from your hair.
because I've got plenty hair. But yeah, it's even weirder if it's definitely someone else's.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
I've done that though. That's that with someone. Yeah, someone else's hair has appeared. Has made a special guest appearance.
I don't think without closer
didn't
friends,
think
but
Yeah.
there's a purple one in here.
Hang on a minute, this is Liam's. I only had a cup of tea. My nan is bless her. She's 90, so she doesn't get around so much. So I used to go over. I'd clean her flat for her, and I remember cleaning her bathroom. And I said, "Look, I'm gonna have to take the plug hole out because it's stinking. Let me clean
Yeah.
all that out."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then so I cleaned it all out, and I was like, "Ugh, "Oh God, some
Yeah.
hairs
Yeah.
in it," and anyway, so I cleaned it. And then I went, well, I've done that now. I said, it was all a load of hair in it. And she went, well, that's weird. I don't wash my hair in the shower. I don't know if this will stay in, but that's vile, isn't it?
That's staying in to make mine seem less worse.
I'm just sad that we've come to this point in the conversation.
Yeah.
Normally tangents are fine. We're going to add this to the rules. Don't talk about getting hair under your foreskins and
You get 3 minutes of pube talk.
Clean about
That's
your
it.
That's it, yeah.
Three and then we cut it.
Nan's pubes, this is where we got to. Good God.
well, that
Shall-
could be your sob story.
I got
I
my Nan's pube caught in my own penis.
I feel a bit faint again.
It's not stopping. It's not stopping.
Wow, guys. We really went some places.
What a great
Before
time.
we wrap up, can I
Is that how we're ending the show?
Well, I've got some. This might be a fun way to end the show from now on.
Was this
We'll see how it
advertising
goes.
now?
Well,
Have
no, I
you
was
got
gonna
pubes
say-
stuck in your penis?
Have you got a
Nick?
nan under your foreskin?
It's better different. Was it grandpa in my pocket?
Try now. Gran be gone.
Oh, God. It probably is good that we're ending now.
Yeah.
This might be a fun way to wrap up. We'll try it this time, and if we like it, it'll stay. I've got some episode name suggestions from the
All right.
last hour of conversation, so we can maybe go through them and decide if we want, or maybe not. I don't know. So first one, Paddleton versus Paddington.
Oh, okay.
That's nice,
Yeah,
wholesome,
it's a
family
nice
friendly.
one.
Yeah. It's also a nice way to recap.
I think we all know what we want.
Honestly, it's not going to be that one. We're waiting for the last.
There's now 5. Swarming Beans or Team Bean. Again, wholesome.
Yeah,
family
wholesome. It's
friendly.
all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't think Wholesome's going to win it.
No, not with this.
Not,
well,
after, not after the last
let's
15 minutes.
not mislead
We're
the
going to take a
listeners.
left turn. So, ditched soup fucking hell.
How do you spell that?
Ditched soup fetishists.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Fun to
quite-
type, hard to say. Yeah.
Right.
The whole nad. Personal favourite currently, the whole nad.
I mean, I don't know if we could go. Rich Wilson, insane in the men brain.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, very clever, going about men's health. And he comes on conversation out the whole nad.
The whole nad.
Or you got Nan be gone. Or Gran be gone.
Granby gone.
Gran be gone?
I think I like the soup fetish.
Yeah, I was going to say the
Yeah.
dipping soup fetishist.
Ditched soup.
Ditch soup
Ditched
fetish.
soup.
Because they were.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
ditched.
Well, I'm going to go with the ditched soup.
Yeah, I think we should go with that one.
Ditched
Because that's
soup.
more intriguing as well. Right?
Yeah.
It is.
Better than the whole nad. I don't need to listen to that. I know where that goes.
I was balls in it. Balls in it.
Balls in
Another
it.
one.
Ditched soup fetish.
Ditched soup
Fetish.
fetish.
Fetishists. Fantastic. Rich, do
great.
you want to just let people know again where they can find you, where they can...
After what
find
we've been
Membrane?
talking about, I don't want anyone to find me.
Just follow the hair trail.
Yeah, yeah. Just pull that hair that you've got, and I'll be on the end of it.
You'll be on the end of it.
Trying to save my ground.
Hey. You can find me. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. I am Rich Wilson. I'm on Facebook, but I mean that's dying, isn't it? Really,
A little bit.
a little
yeah.
bit. If that all it is my mum doing all the quizzes. So yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of bean are you? The superior bean.
So I'm on that, and you can get me on my podcast, Insane in the Membrane, and I'm in comedy clubs up and down the country. Do come and see me and say hello.
Yeah.
So your Twitter is I am Rich Wilson.
I am Rich Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes.
That wasn't a
That's
name
not-
descriptor. Find me for I am Rich Wilson.
I am Rich Wilson.
Podcast is on pretty much every app.
It's on
isn't it?
everything.
It's on Spotify, definitely. That's
Spotify,
where I find it.
Acast, Podbean, iTunes, and it's going to be on. It'll end up being on all of them, so you'll
Yeah.
get it somewhere. Because
Yeah.
every time you put it on a new one, someone else goes, "Oh, is it on this one?"
Yeah.
So there's so many.
soon.
Others. So yeah,
think-
you go, yeah, it will. Yeah, yeah.
I think
yeah.
once it's on iTunes, that tends to aggregate everywhere else. I know that's how it works for us. I think
Yeah.
Spotify is in when we had to actually specifically apply for after iTunes.
It's funny that one. Yeah, we did the same. Well, I
Yeah.
say we did. My producer Paul did. Yeah.
Good shit.
So nice one. Thanks for having me. It's been great,
It's been
That was
it's
lovely.
been
Very
eye-opening and eye-watering.
hasn't it?
right. Thank you very much, ladies and
Thanks for
gentlemen.
listening.
Thank you. Oh yeah, sorry. Good.
That's all right. Yeah, fucking see you later.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Bye.
Have an advert. Bye.
Podcast.
Conversation hat.
Conversation hat.
Hat podcast. Podcast. Hat. Conversation hat.
Podcast.